Okay, so here is yet another project. This is pretty neat. This is called Node Red, um, and it's a flow, a low code um, flow type conditional logic and monitoring and other kinds of things system. So this is open source. I'm running it on a Raspberry Pi. So you can see here that I have the Pi general purpose input output pins. I can define the pins, uh, which one that I want. So I can actually put this Raspberry Pi in my laser because this this application can interface with thousands of different systems and sensors. There's lots of integrations for it. It'll integrate and do ladder logic and all kinds of things. It'll do the Allen Bradley controllers. It'll interface with a lot of that stuff, a lot of industrial and home automation things, Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things. So it's a really cool thing. I've just started digging into it. There's parsers. You can parse HTML and all kinds of things. The kind of sensors that I'm looking for, my idea is to put this in the laser uh, and then run the sensors all throughout the laser so I can monitor the AC input power, current, and frequency in real time. There'll be a dashboard there. You can also have controls here and turn things on and off and things like that if you wanted to, and then have the appropriate I/O on the Pi do some function on the laser, turn the chiller on and off, or things like that. But this is mostly for monitoring, just to get some telemetry and monitor all of the power supplies. It'll monitor the peripherals, how many CFMs the exhaust is moving, the air pressure for the air assist, and that'll be static pressure. It'll look pretty high, but as it's flowing, you can actually see. There's also a little tiny accelerometer that I'm going to see about mounting on the head on Odin. So that I can get the acceleration of the X and Y axes in real time. And there's more things than just gauges. There's graphs and charts and data and LEDs, seven segment LED arrays that you can put here and really spruce up the dashboard. But again, I'm just now looking into this stuff. And the sensors, for instance, here's a humidity and temperature sensor. They have some that have air quality sensors built into them. Here's one, an environmental sensor. Temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, VOC gas detection. So I could put that in the working area of the laser and get the actual temperature and humidity and the nasty stuff that's being generated, and see if you can help determine if your exhaust is working correctly and things like that by watching and seeing lower VOCs. All kinds of sensors to do all kinds of things. Here's one of those little accelerometers, and look, you're talking $5 a sensor. We're not talking 500. And this thing's small enough that I think I could probably mount it right on the laser head, and it wouldn't affect the operation. I may have to reset my offsets a little bit. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at, laser related. But this could be, like I said, anything related, anything you wanted to put sensors on. Again, there's even kits here. You can get 37 sensors for $20. Some of them you may not need or want, but it's just kind of neat. You can integrate cameras, so I think there's probably some motion control or machine vision that could probably go on here. At least this could help with it. I'm also going to look at maybe you can plug in all of the door sensors and things like that and actually have status IO, LEDs or indicators there, kind of like Lightburn does on the Galvo, where it shows all of the different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for all the switches for the doors, and it shows whether they're open or closed on the dashboard, so we can do things like that on there too. And you could see instantly at a glance on here any information you wanted to know about the machine while it's running. So anyway, I thought it was kind of cool, so I was just going to go through that.